What's up, everybody? You're chilling with Kenny C right here on tmvcafe.com. Um, it's a very short show. Got one interview. It's all good. Super excited to be joined with this talented hip hop artist out here in Kentucky. He released an album a while back, from the top to the bottom. Like I said, a true MC. Go get that album. It's on all the platforms right now. It's been out since April of this year. And he's Big Tootie. I got Big Tootie
Sir.
with me, man. Tootie Ree is joining
Yes,
me
sir.
in his car right now. What's good, man?
Who at Big Tootie? What's happening, bro? Thank you for having me, brother.
Great to have you on. And before I get to the questions and whatnot, I got to give a shout out to an individual that you are very familiar with. And she told me that, hey, you interviewing a family member on the show. I said, yeah, like Tootie? Like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
Shout out to Desiree.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
my number one fan. That's my people's.
Yeah,
Ray, baby, love you back.
yeah. Yeah, so shout out to Desiree. Just giving her a shout out there. We
For
were
sure.
co-workers at Georgetown, at Leggett and Platt, built
Ah, shit. The
beds.
whole legged.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so I'm about to be. It's about to be almost 8 years since I've been a full-time employee there. So
Got you.
I've been there for a minute. So shout out to Desiree and Elle and all the
Hell yeah,
co-workers
big shout
there.
out.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to the wrestling because I know you said that you wanted to talk wrestling. We got
You
that.
dig? You
Um,
dig?
of course, I want to talk to you on the music side of things because I first heard of you this past summer. You performed at Divine Kawama's Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was at the castle spot. I forgot the name of the place. It's built like a castle at
Right.
Lexington. And there were a lot of performers that night, and you was one of the performers. And there was a song that you played. You had no hook. It was just you just straight spitting. And I think the song is called "This Is Not a Diss Song." And the moment I
Yes.
heard that
Yeah.
song, I was like, "Holy shit! This dude is spitting.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
spitting, spitting."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just wanted
Appreciate
to say,
that.
man, that made me a fan. I was already a fan just seeing you, but when I heard "This Is Not a Diss Song," I'm like, man, he's spitting, spitting, not just spitting. He's really
Yeah.
spitting, spitting. Uh,
I'm
so
very
before,
grateful, bro. I appreciate it.
yeah. So talk about how did you get started into hip hop, man?
Uh, well, shit, just being young, you feel me? Just being a fan of music. I always hearing music everywhere and shit, the old school stuff. I was a big stylistic fan, a big MC Hammer fan. Um, Actually, the first rap I think I wrote, because I don't want to lie, I think the first rap I ever wrote was like the rap hook off of like the Black and White, the Michael Jackson song.
Yeah.
Dude that was spitting in the middle of that, like I just memorized that whole verse when I was a kid because I was a big Michael Jackson fan. And like after that, I just shit, it was on from me.
Yeah, man. That's the king right there, Uh,
Absolutely,
just
absolutely,
everybody still doing the gloves and the
yeah,
moonwalk and everything. He's legendary,
undisputed,
undisputed king of pop. Like
absolutely.
that, there's a lot of people try to take that crown from him, even just years after his death, but nobody's taking that crown. That's like a
Nah, I might as
once.
well give it up.
People say there's once in a lifetime. That's once in a generation. Nah, he's once
Yeah,
in a lifetime.
yeah,
That
we'll
just
never have another
separates.
one.
That's never gonna be another MJ.
Not at
Uh,
all.
nah, nah, not whatsoever. Uh, so you talk about you're getting started, getting into rapping and stuff. You've been doing this hip hop thing for quite a while, man, and you're putting out music here and there. As I mentioned in the introduction, you released your latest release from the top to the bottom.
For sure.
Now, usually the cliche is from the bottom to the top, trying to
Yeah,
work your way up.
yeah.
So with that being said, what made you decide to name this project from the top to the bottom?
Well, the biggest inspiration was my community, which is the Boston community in Georgetown, which is like it's our hood. You know what I'm saying? It's just our like it's very close knit. You know, you got your fuck shit here and there, just like every other hood or whatever. But you know, we have our top and our bottom, like the top of the park and the top of the neighborhood, and all the way to the bottom, which would be like Hickman Street and shit, and towards Northern Heights and all that, just the bottom. So the not side actually stands for nothing on top stayed on bottom. So in order for you to get to the top, you had to come from the bottom, obviously. So when you're on top, you can't forget about the bottom because you're never supposed to forget where you came from. So from the top to the bottom, I just figured that I would let my emotions show. I would be very, 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 clear on how I felt about things, where I was at that time in my life. Because a lot of songs that's on that album is 4 or 5 years old. It's only about 5, 6 songs on there that was new. But the rest of them were songs that I wrote when I was in jail, songs that I wrote when I got out, and I just wanted to put it all together and just get that out there. So when my people from Boston, they hear that from the top to the bottom, they already know. It's just a Boston thing right there.
Yeah, man. So obviously when you work on an album, like you work in new songs constantly, trying to
Yeah.
figure out which song fits the album title or the direction of the album.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
said that I think 6 of the songs are like new, like you did it, fresh out the gates. And so
Right.
that's pretty unique, like having a combination of, okay, you did these songs out fresh out doing the process, and then you have these songs that's been in the archives for a minute. You figure, okay,
Right.
this is. I feel like these songs go with the direction that I'm going with. So let's just go ahead and put that out there. So I listened to majority of the album earlier today just to get a feel for it. You definitely talking
Right.
about going through
Right.
adversity, spitting your heart out, um, just some authentic shit. You know what I'm saying? Just real life. Uh,
Right.
what was it like? Just going through the process of figuring out which songs fit with the direction of this project.
Well, really, it was all just like I don't want to sound cliche, but it was all really just an organic process as far as meaning like once I hear a beat, I already know where I'm gonna go with it. And 9 times out of 10, before I even hear the beat, I already got some type of idea of the concept of the song in my head. So when I already had when I formulated the from the top to the bottom, uh I knew this was gonna be like strictly Boston shit. It was gonna be some shit that I really wanted Boston people to cling to, my Georgetown people. And I say that because I don't never want to put out anything or create anything that my mom can't co-sign, that my dad can't co-sign, my brothers, my sister, and the people who know me, like the people I grew up with and the people I grew up around. So when I'm formulating the song and shit, always have to stay true to myself. Like when I was younger, I used to always try to, because I was a big Fabulous fan, I was a big Mace fan, still am. But I tried to like come up with the best punchlines and shit. You feel me? So it was like I just wanted to say the wittiest shit to get people's ear, and it got to a point where I was like, bro, that shit played out for me. Like that's not my lane for real. Is punchline shit. My lane is to just say what I gotta say that is true to me. And I know that I don't want to say the real niggas is gonna feel it because I don't care about that. I know my people gonna feel it, and people, like I said, people who know me, people who's been around me, they'll hear it and they're not gonna be like, that nigga lying like a motherfucker. So, nah, that shit for real. And a lot of shit, there's shit on there that's embarrassing to some people, and it was a lot of shit that I had to come out of my shell and to talk about. It was a lot of shit that I had to re-record and shit, and it was just like I said, man, it was it was a very, very, very personal process, just doing this one in particular. Because I put out a lot of mixtapes, a lot of music with a lot of people, and nothing's been more personal. This was the most personal project I had, and I feel like it was a success for me, just because, not only because of streams that I've gotten off of it, just because I know that it's the truest form of me. It's Santini. You feel me? Like, it's not even Tootie Ree. It's Santini. You know what I'm saying? And people fuck with it. I really haven't got any bad, whatever back from it. Because I always tell people, yo, give me your feedback. Let me know how you feel. I mean, I really ain't gonna give a fuck, but I mean, I still appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it is what it is. I really love the process of creating songs for this. It was very dope.
Yeah, you definitely spoke on a lot of things on this project. Truly repping for your city, for your neighborhood. Um, I've heard majority of the album, and I
Mm-hmm.
definitely love. I ended up really liking this project. Good thing
Appreciate it.
about local music and hip hop music in general, like you really get to hear, people from your neighborhood or from the city get, and be familiar with their music, and it's an incredible body of work. So
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
definitely put on for you put on for your family, your loved ones, and for your peers in the
For sure.
local hip hop scene. So this is an
For
incredible
sure. For sure.
project. So Tootie Reese,
I appreciate that,
on
man.
from the top to the bottom is the name of the project. You can get that on all the streaming platforms. Go check it out, give it a listen. I know Brendan Justice is on there. Killer Cam is on there. Not Cameron, okay? It's,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, my
not,
guy, Free Cam, my brother,
yeah. Goo is on there. Dirt's is
my
on
guy.
there. WULF is on there. Wolf, I guess that's how you
Yes, sir.
pronounce it. So
Absolutely, my guy Wolf.
yeah, so check it out. It's got some familiar samples on there you might be familiar with. Uh, Obviously, my favorite song of the entire project is track 10. This is not a diss song.
Facts.
And when I heard that at Brown Sugar, like, man, as I said, man, he spitting. Uh, and I wanted to know,
Right.
what was
Right.
it like recording? Now, is that one of the old songs, or what it was the recent songs that you recorded prior to this putting this album out?
Nah, that was a my bad. That was a recent song. I had started writing that after my cousin passed, and the concept behind that is it was actually a remake of the Kanye and the Andre 3000 song, and that was unreleased. And I tried to buy the beat from the guy off of YouTube, and he was like, giving me the runaround, saying he wanted to keep it, but then he was like, you can get it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. If he want me to take it down or whatever, he'll let me know, whatever. But the song just spoke to me. So I opened it off, talking about my cousin, and then just got into some, just life shit, bro. Like, since, just shit I see, you know what I'm saying? And just how I was feeling about everything, relationships with people, how my relationship with my cousin Red had, kind of deteriorated over some things that he was going through, and, demons he was fighting that had him thinking I was, disloyal, or however the fuck he felt, but that's how I felt he felt. I felt he felt that I was being disloyal, but I knew that was just his demons fucking with him. But he's locked up right. Free Red, free my peoples. That's my brother. And I just had to speak on a lot of shit, bro. And that's why I named This Is Not a Diss song, because it was basically like my truth. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want anybody to have no hard feelings about it. But everything that I spoke on in there, like I said, like, niggas from my hood, when they talk to me about that song, they like, bro, you was really talking about some shit. And it's like every story that I spoke on in that song, everybody knows what's up, who knows what's up. And when I made that, like I said, I was just a ball of emotions, you know what I'm saying? Crying, laughing, I was buttered, you know what I'm saying? So it was a dope process, man. I'm just glad I got that out, bro. That was one of the songs I had to get out of my body, for sure.
Yeah, interesting story is the beat, because usually when you try to get a beat for someone, it's like, yo, I got the money, I got the funds, let me get that. And that's interesting.
Hmm.
Like, usually when an artist reach out to a producer for a beat, they say less. Here you
Right,
go. So that
right,
that that was kind of a rare circumstance, but hey, that beat spoke to you. Obviously the
right.
original version spoke to you as well. So hey,
Absolutely,
so it was meant to be. Um,
absolutely.
and it fit.
Perfect. It was perfect.
It fit what you was wanting to say. Fit the emotional feel for that particular song. So
Hmm.
being authentic and talking about your story, your grind, and everything. Um,
Hmm.
so
Hell
uh,
yeah.
so what is next for Tootie Reese musically? I mean, obviously the album's been out since April. You got anything planned in
Yeah.
the final months of the year, or you planning some things for 2023? What's next for Tootie Reese musically moving forward?
Um, the biggest thing that I got going on right now is just family, bro. Like, just trying to catch up on lost time with my family and shit. I lost a lot of time, like just being locked up and shit. And I feel like I still haven't caught up, you know what I'm saying, with my kids and, my girl and shit, like I, been supposed to, because I'm always busy, always working, I just always into something. But as far as music, I keep looking at it as my last project, and I don't like no Jay-Z Black Album shit or nothing like that. It's just that I feel like I'm always had the passion for music, but I feel like with this last one that I only have so much more that I need to say, if that makes sense. And
Yeah,
um, when I drop this one, I'm looking to hopefully get it dropped on the either Christmas Day or Christmas Eve this year. And it's like 7 or 8 songs. It's very short, straight to the point. Production from my cousin Real. Um, I got a song from Idris on there. I got a few PD Smooth beats. I think I got two PD Smooth beats that I've been sitting on for like years. That I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the woodworks. I got a beat from Willie T in there. And I'm just gonna, just kind of pick up on the steam that I left with nothing from the top to the bottom, and it's gonna be way more personal than it's basically 7 songs. Seven. This is not a diss song, to be honest. It's about 7 of those. Real
nice.
shit. And the shit is dope. It's real dope, bro. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send when we get off of her. I'm gonna send you a couple. You know what I'm saying? You let me know. I got a couple rough drafts that I just did last week, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can see where I'm at with it, bro. I'll send
Yeah,
you a couple, man.
I appreciate that, man. And shout out to Pretty Smooth, one of the most
Yeah, my brother.
talented, one of the most talented producers and MCs out in Kentucky.
Absolutely.
He's been focusing more on the art side of things. He's
Yes.
doing a fantastic job with that. I know he's got one
Yes.
more album left in him, which I talk to him from time to time. So he's
Uh,
got probably one more project in him, and then he's gonna be moving more with the art side. But that's a talented brother right there, and shout out to Petey, man. Go
PD,
get his
man.
beats. Go get his
My guy.
beats.
Yeah, go
MCs,
get the beat.
singers, go get his beats, man.
Get
Cause
that
you
art too. Tell him
yeah,
go
get
get
the
that
art.
art too, man. That's my
Yeah,
brother, man. PD Blue, not side. That's my guy, man.
yeah.
Beautiful soul, man. That's my guy, man.
Shout out to Petey. So we got the music side in. Let's talk to wrestling, man, because that's what you want to talk
Okay.
about here. So
Okay, okay, okay.
now, are you more of a which promotion you want to go with? You more of a WWE guy or AEW? Like, what's type what wrestling do you watch?
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Like I have Peacock, so I'm stuck in the Attitude Era. Like that's where I'm at with it. I
Yeah.
haven't watched new wrestling, bro. I think the last wrestling match I probably watched was John Cena versus The Rock when he came back. Like what was that?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 years ago, some shit like that.
Something
But
like that.
my era, Attitude Era, WCW, NWO, you know what I'm saying? That's that's my era right there. All that good shit.
Okay. So I still watch today's wrestling. I watch it here and
Fact.
there.
Hell yeah.
There's some good, and I can understand people of your position, like Attitude Era, Monday Night Wars. It was different. It was good
Yeah. Yeah.
times. It was
Yeah.
competitive. That era could never be duplicated.
At
Even with the WWE, AEW, back and forth, and other promotions here and there, like Monday Night War era, that's a pedestal by itself. If
Facts.
you was
Fact.
fortunate to watch it at a young age, it was challenging because there was no DVR. You really had to pick like what show you was gonna watch on Monday nights. Was you gonna watch Raw? Was you gonna watch Nitro? You know, you had to
Facts.
get a bunch of VCRs just to watch one
I
show.
still got tapes at my mama's house, bro. I got tapes at mom's house. I got tapes at my dad's house. This shit was real.
Yeah.
This shit was real. I'm recording over home videos, bro. Like I didn't got my ass for recording over home videos. Fucking recording Harlem Heat and shit. Shit was real, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, this shit was real, bro. I was
yeah,
fucked up about wrestling, man.
yeah,
Real shit, man.
yeah. I mean, I love Harlem Heat. You know, that was a team right there. Booker T, Stevie Ray,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sensational Sherry.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know, yeah, and
Her
you know,
beautiful ass.
yeah, you know, rest in peace to
Hey,
Sherry.
what you fuck with? What you fuck with? You fuck with the AEW or you fuck with everything?
I mean, I fuck with everything, man. I just fuck wrestling. I mean, with good wrestling just in general. You know, I don't have a quote unquote
Yeah,
allegiance per se. AEW is coming to Rupp Arena in January. I'll be there, and
I'll
I'm
be there.
there.
I'll be there
So
too. I swear I seen you, bro, at fucking Scarefest. Were you at Scarefest, bro?
yes, I was. I was there
Bro, I
Friday
knew that
and
was you,
Sunday.
fam, because I was there working, bro, and I was rapping with Andre. I know you know Andre Maria. I
Yeah,
was rapping with him in there. And when I got done talking to him, I swear I walked past your twin and I was like, nah, that ain't duh. And I was like, I meant to ask you that. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy as fuck. Yeah,
yeah,
you had just missed me. I was in there trying to holler at Freddie, man. They wouldn't let me talk to Freddie, bro. They had all the security around him.
yeah. So that was quite the weekends. Yeah, I was there at Scarefest, and then I was at the album listening party for Fred. I was there that night on Friday, and the
Yeah,
album just came out just yesterday. So congrats to Fred and Corey. That album is incredible. Go get it. Ask me if I care. That's the name of his album. Just came out just yesterday. Shout out to Fred and Corey, um, True Cats. You know, yeah. So as far as my
yeah.
preference in wrestling, like I watch
Hmm.
everything, or at least I try to watch everything. Um,
Right.
so and I've been fortunate to meet so many wrestlers throughout the years. I've met so many of them, mostly the old school wrestlers. I met
Yeah,
Booker T at Lexington Comic Con when he was there, with his long dreadlocks. Dude, he has
yeah,
some of the longest dreadlocks I've seen in my life. Like, man,
yeah,
how do you,
yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so you, but
Mr.
man,
Spinner Rooney.
Mr. Spinning Rooney, man, like, can you dig
My
it,
God.
sucker? And then Stevie Ray be somewhere else slapping people with the slapjack,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
yeah,
fuck yeah.
yeah. So,
My guys, man.
you
Yeah.
know,
Classic black guys, bro.
Legion of Doom, Nasty Boys, Steiner Brothers. Just man, that tag team division one deep. So I love that. I love. I even watch some ECW every now and then. I watch Rob
Yeah, I
Van
used to fuck
Dam.
with ECW. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rob Van Dam and all
I
that.
think
Yeah,
yeah,
I definitely did.
Taz and RVD were my favorites from the ECW.
Is Taz still a commentator?
He is a commentator still, but he works for AEW now. So they're so
Oh,
once
okay. Yeah, I seen a lot of people was defecting to AEW.
yeah, so that's a lot of people from WWE has moved on to AEW. But I will say this,
Right.
as far as the big story, or at least one of the big stories of wrestling, is that Vince McMahon is no longer with WWE. He is quote unquote retired, but it comes after some controversy that was following him. Now he still has his stake in the company, but as far as
Yeah.
ownership, as far as head of creative, he's no longer has those roles. He's gave them to Triple H. Triple H is no longer a wrestler because of some health issues. Um, he's almost lost his life last year, which why he hasn't been evolved for WWE last year. But yeah, he's the boss now. He's literally the boss. D Generation X. 25 years ago they fight against the higher powers that be, and now guys like him, Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg, now are in charge of the company.
You froze, bro.
Oh,
Oh, you
okay.
froze up on me. My bad. What you say?
Oh, so yeah, as I was saying, Triple H is now the boss. He's one of the
Yeah,
bosses.
yeah, yeah,
Him,
yeah, yeah.
Stephanie McMahon is one of the bosses too. And
Yeah,
from
for
what
sure.
there's been a lot of good reviews since they took over, because wrestlers now they get their own creative freedom. They can do what they want. So it's
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. So there's still some guys like Randy Orton. He's there. Cody Rhodes, he was with AEW. He came back. So
Mm-hmm.
there's some wrestlers from the ruthless aggression era that's still there. So it's a good time to be a wrestling fan, but I can understand, it's never
Like,
gonna be compared to Mother Night War, Nitro or Raw back in the day. That can never be
all
duplicated.
right.
So
Yeah, that's paved in history right there. I can't wait to see that show though next year. That's just
yeah,
gonna be dope. It's gonna be my first one. That's gonna be my first wrestling show. So that's just gonna be
yeah,
dope as fuck.
yeah. This is actually the first non WWE wrestling show at Rupp Arena in nearly 20 plus years. Um,
That's fucking nuts.
yeah, the last time that a show was
Nuts.
a non WWE show happened, that was
Uh-huh.
WCW. So that was a long, long time ago. Uh,
Hell yeah.
so so
Hell yeah. Oh, Eric
I'm
Bischoff.
gonna be there. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be not necessarily the front row, but I'm pretty close. And so I'll be there acting a fool, booing the crap out of people, maybe cause trouble with somebody. I don't know.
You
Wrestling
make sure you
fans,
holler at me when you in there.
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna come find you.
yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there for
For
sure,
sure.
man.
Hell yeah.
So check out my friend Big Tootie from the top to the bottom. Is
Check it
out on
out.
all the platforms. He's got another
And it's
project
free
underway.
in
So
case you missed it.
yeah, so go check that out. Show your support
Yes,
to the
sir.
homie. Great
Yes,
having with
sir.
great having you on the show, man. Great chatting with you. I'm gonna go
Yes,
ahead and
sir.
let you go. Do your thing.
I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. You have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your
Yes,
weekend,
sir.
man.
I just gotta say one more thing, brother.
What's that?
I appreciate you having me. Shout out to Northside, you feel me?
Yeah.
Everywhere in Georgetown, from the top to the bottom, up on the hill, Scrogtown. Y'all already know, man. The Carter, you feel me? The Colony, we call it the Bolony. Everywhere, bro. Y'all fuck with me, man. Georgetown.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Georgetown, man. You have a good night, man.
For sure, you too, brother. Stay safe.
You too. All right.
All right.
All right.